Hi YouTube. I thought someone was there. I'm not in the mood, to be honest with you. I'm just sick of getting treated like pure rubbish by people. I'm just like, why is it always me that just gets treated like rubbish? Because like when I was younger, what was it called? Oh, I can't say. When I was younger, I used to be like bullied a lot, and just none of my friends wanted really much anything to do with me. And like you see, like I once had this friend that I wasn't really, she wouldn't really take photos with us, and she wouldn't like post photos of us and that. And I wasn't really, if people had she wouldn't tell her friends that she was friends with us, but if like our friends found out that I was hanging out with her, she would say or that I just followed her, or something like or she would have to, if they catch us, I would have to have a pretend argument with them. And they would never take us on holiday or anything, but yet they take the friends on holiday, and it was just like, why do I not get treated right? And then I had this best friend, which everyone knew about. They didn't treat us right, which shocked my mum and my dad as well, and my family, because they had offered to take me on holiday because they took other friends, but apparently it was a lie. They never wanted to go with us. And I'm just like thinking, well, why do that? And just recently they've just cut us out the life. And I'm finding it very hard to say about that, because I'm like I miss them all the time. And I had just like, I still panic about, like, I still care about them and that, and I was like, I would like to know if they were fine and that. And then someone that I know was saying that they seem happy and that at college and that. So I'm like, how come you can just be happy without me in your life, but you've made me feel so crap? Because honestly, I'm just very lucky that I didn't go back self-harming because of them. Because I nearly did. But I did do something else, which wasn't very good. And I did want to end my life because of them. And if it's like, safe, and loads of people felt really bad for us, because I'm just like, why is it me that gets treated like crap? Because I think that my ex-best friend just wants to be friends with people that don't have disabilities, because a lot of people at the school that I went to, which was for people with disabilities, used to not be very pleasant to them and that, and he would treat all his other friends that didn't have disabilities better. Like, he'd treat his best friend better than me, and she doesn't have any disabilities. So I'm also thinking it's because I've got bit of disabilities and that. So I'm thinking that's why he treats us like this. And it's not nice, because I know in the past, like, we've had bad arguments, but that was well in the past. Like, we hadn't argued for a long time, and we were having a good laugh. So I don't know why he's gone and done this for. And he knew that I was frightened of him doing that, because ever since I left college, I felt like I was going to lose him, because I don't know, like, when a lot of people are saying that he just used us while I was at school and college, because literally after I finished college, he just cut contact with us. Well, not straight away, but after a couple of months. So it's like a user, basically. And a lot of people saying that he's just used us, because I haven't used him. Like, I know sometimes I used to argue with him, but really mainly I used to argue if I got left out of things, and I would just really want to know why I wasn't invited to his 18th, why he says that he would take us on holiday and he didn't, because he kept saying that we weren't close, but we were. And I just felt left out, but like loads of people were saying to me that it's the good questions to ask. And I would feel like that if I got left out of things. What's he doing? And as well as he would hardly post photos of us or get photos with us, which is, and he wouldn't post any photos until I told him. I asked him, I said, why do you not post photos of us, but you do with our friends? And then he got into an argument with us, and then he posted photos of us, and me and him together and that. And then I'm just like, well, why? Like, what's not good about me? Because I was actually there for him a lot, especially the weekend where he blocked us. And I just wish I could have a friend that was there for us all the time and wanted to go on holiday with us. Like, I just wish I could get fed properly, and I really thought that my ex-best friend was the one, but no. And a lot of people are like saying, why did I put up with so much with him and that? Because of what he's done. Like, they says if you'd offered to take them on holiday, if someone offered to take them on holiday, like a friend, and then said actually didn't want to take them, they would just say, right, I'm not being your friend, which I did actually nearly do once, but I've got a good heart. I don't like doing stuff like that. I don't like falling out with people and that, and I'm still there for them. Like, I've been nice. I was even thinking about getting them like, don't know, like something that he likes and that. I even thought about, because he's got this person that he likes to watch, called Stephanie Lawls. I was even thinking about asking her if when COVID goes, if she can meet him or something. I was like even thinking about stuff like that, but people are saying I shouldn't have to do stuff like that because he's been really horrible to me, and I haven't been horrible to him at all. He's the one that's been nasty to me, and he keeps saying that he doesn't want any drama and he doesn't judge people, but he does, because he's been so horrible to me and he's caused so much drama for me, because I haven't done anything. Like, I was all I did is that Sunday we had a chat on the phone just to check up on each other, because we were both feeling a bit strange because of the virus and that. So we used to have like chats on the phone sometimes and that, and we used to still hang out, because we hung out the day before, we had a good night. And then he was, just after that, I went to see my grandma to help my granddad with her, and then he just blocked us, and then he was quite horrible to us. A couple of months later he says that he's sick of us, and I was like, sick of what though? Because I've not done anything. But like, people have like, a lot of people used to say to us that I deserved a better friend than him, and that he was saying stuff behind my back a lot. Like, he used to say, a lot of people says to me that I didn't actually like us, and that he was saying stuff behind my back. Well, the truth's all come out, because he doesn't like us, and he obviously doesn't like us because he wouldn't take us on holiday when he promised he would, and as well as he didn't actually want to go out on holiday with his best friend because he told us, but he didn't want to let her down. But he doesn't care about he's fine with letting me down. So I'm just like, what is the actual point? And people are saying, why do you still care about him, and why do you still are bothered about him? It's just because the way my heart is. Like, I'm a nice person like that. I'm really caring. Like, even when my mum's nasty, it was, a lot of people would disown the parents for doing stuff like that, but I don't. The next day, with friends and that. Well, I wouldn't say friends, because like, I'm not friends with my parents, but like, we're fine. Just really is. It's really horrible the way I've been felt. The only, like, I've got good friends, but the only really good friends I've got, like, that I fully trust is Daniel. And he's been really good with us. And I think it's so sad that we don't live near each other. But I'm going to meet up with him sometime. I'm just sick. I really do miss my ex-best friend. I don't know why he's done this to us. Just horrible, really is. Because I don't want. He keeps thinking that we're going to argue and that, but we're not. It's actually him thinking, because he's overthinking. He knows that I've had mental health problems and that I've got brain damage and that, and I've got anxiety and that. So he knows, but he basically caused me to have this because he would leave us out with stuff, or he would say stuff and then says, "Oh, I didn't mean it," or he would keep changing stories and that. I'm just like, why would you do this to us? And he kept saying it's my fault, but it's not. Loads of people are saying that it's his loss, that he's done this and it's not my fault, which it isn't my fault because I've been there for him. That weekend that he blocked us, there was no arguments. I can't remember when the last argument was, and I was there for him because he told us how he was feeling, how depressed he was feeling about lockdown. So I was actually quite worried about him and I was there for him. In fact, I was nearly in tears because he told us he was feeling so low. But when I'm feeling low, if he's made me feel low, he just says, "Don't patronise me." That's how much of a nicer person I am. And as well as there's this girl that's friends with him. She kept blaming me for stuff, like he's gotten in with a lot of his friends have been horrible to us, and I'm just like, why? Because I don't want anything bad happening to him or anything. I don't have any hate towards him. A lot of my family, a lot of my friends do, but I don't. So I just wish I could have a good friend that would treat us right. That's all I wanted. Was like all my life I wondered why I've always had friends that don't treat us right, and it's just really horrible. It breaks my heart. But yeah, people's true colours come out. And this is why, like, you get mental health, because you're just frightened to, like, trust people. Because, like, I'm actually really frightened to trust people. Because, even, like, Daniel feels bad for us, because sometimes, like, I panic, like, if I post a photo of Daniel, or if I post about Daniel, I panic in case Daniel's going to have a go at us, because my ex-best friend used to have a go at us, because I used to have to ask permission before I could post a photo of me and my ex-best friend, and my parents and a lot of my family couldn't get their head around that, because his other friends didn't have to ask permission. He said they did, but they didn't, because I've known loads of times where different friends posted photos of them together and have not asked. I was even getting controlled by my 18th party photos when I made a new Instagram account, because my Instagram account got I forgot what happened to it now, just got damaged or something. So I had to make a new Instagram, so I was putting my party photos back up first. And then my ex-best friend was having a go at us, because I was posting them without asking permission. Well, I did. I says to him, I've made a new Instagram, so I'm posting the party photos, but I don't post them all on the same day and that. And then he says, because I posted more than one, he says, why? He says, you've posted a photo without asking. I says, no, I didn't. I asked you. I told you I was doing it. And then he says, I just thought it was one. I says, no. I says, me 18 photos, but it shouldn't matter. It was my party. It's just really horrible. You shouldn't judge people, like, you shouldn't act different with people just because they've got disabilities. It just shows that you're not a nice person. I've done a lot for my ex-best friend, and he's hardly done anything for me. The only thing he's really done for me is just invited us to his house. That's all he's done for me, but I've offered to take him on holidays. I've always been there for him, and it's just really horrible what he's done. My mum and dad says they just wish they never got him the pillow for Christmas, because we got him a pillow with his family on, so he could hug it when he's sad and when he's missing them, and then this is the thanks I get. But yeah, he had a photo of us in his house as well. I wonder what he's done with that. But yeah, I got rid of my photos I had in the house with him, because every time I look, it makes us sad. Like, I had an anxiety attack in the car when I found out about my college and that he was just acting on like I just don't exist. Like, I've got a feeling now, if like anyone says my name, he would say, oh, she's dead to me, or oh, I want her in the grave, because that's what he used to do with people he didn't like, and he would be called as ugly and all that. I just think it's really horrible what's happened, because I don't say horrible stuff about him. Like, I might have in the past, but that's well in the past, but now I'm a changed person, and he knows that, but he's just been selfish. He really is. Especially since I've been there for him that weekend. I would do anything for him. I really would. I always put him first. I even put him before my family. Like, sometimes if he wanted to see us, but I was out, I would come home just so I would see him. So that's how I put him first. I even missed out a family meal, like a family get-together with my full family, with like a lot of people in my family, just to see him. And that was actually the last family get-together, so I missed out just because I put him first. But yeah, that's how thoughtful I am. And he couldn't be a true friend to me. Loads of people are saying he's not a true friend. And that. But that's it for this video.